Guten Abend. In diesem Video, ich und mein Kompagnon Jim will es reviewen die alte Papa Roach EP Revenge in Japanese.
What?
Guten Abend, Leute. In diesem Video wir gehen die alte Papa Roach EP reviewen. Ich mit meinem Kompagnon Jim will die alte Papa Roach EP 5 Songs deep und let them know reviewen.
So yeah, hello, it's Jim and Dutch MSFK. Again, together. Nice.
Very nice. Geil.
Tonight we might be celebrating the 25th anniversary of 5 Tracks Deep, the third or second EP by this band, because they had Potatoes for Christmas in 1994, then another one in 95 or 96, so this might be the third one.
The one before this is just a 2-track cassette. Taca Bonita.
Okay, sorry. I forgot I was talking to the expert.
That's right. I've seen Jacoby's ass live.
That's actually true.
It was beautiful. Like the second coming of Christ. Next time we will do the video in Japanese.
5 Tracks Deep, but I guess we went too deep on this one.
Some 41 babies. Shout out to D-Bone or whatever his nickname is.
Do you own this EP?
No.
Because it's very expensive on Discogs, it's like 900 euros.
I'm not going to pay 900 euros to hear Jacoby rap about smoking weed.
So this is probably the second EP, as you said. We are going to review the next one as well, to have one cool, consistent long video. Tell me, how did you found out about their music?
The greatest video game of all time, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I was doing some kickflips, making some combos, and then Papa Roach started playing.
Was it the song Blood Brothers?
Yeah, Blood Brothers, yeah. I just didn't know it was Papa Roach because it didn't show the song title or the band in the menu. So I found that out like in 2010 that it was Papa Roach. And here we are.
My story is a little bit different. It started in like at the end of 2000 or beginning of 2001. My sister's friend brought a cassette tape of Infest and they did not enjoy it, but I did. So that's the story, and I've been their fan ever since. So the lineup on those EPs is Jacoby on the vocals, Jerry on the guitars, Tabin on the bass and Dave on the drums. 5 Tracks Deep was mixed and mastered by Doug Chancellor at Soundform.
Shout out to the homie Doug at the Sound Farm.
From the Hangover movies.
Doggy. You know what's funny? The studio's called Sound Farm and they're from Vacaville. And vaca, it means cow in Spanish. You get it? Farm, cow.
Revenge in Spanish. También a mí.
Hola.
Hola amigos.
¿Cómo está? Soy Dutch MZFK y yo es con mi amigo Jim. My name is Jim.
My name is Jeff.
What can I say? We're just two old friends from young years.
That's true. Guess what I'm having for Christmas? It's potatoes.
Nice. Are you Latvian?
I will infest your mind.
That's a love-hate tragedy. I will let him know.
I guess I'm getting away with murder. We need to get some connection here.
Before I give you some crooked teeth.
But man, who do you trust?
My ego trip.
We're reviewers, not followers. Let's start with the production of 5 Tracks Deep. What do you think about it?
It's very muddy. There's a lot of bass, but the drums are like the opposite. They're very clear. And the guitars sound like they were recorded poorly, like on a small cabinet with a small microphone.
So for me, I think that the sound is raw, but not in a bad way. It's fine. I've heard records that were much worse.
Yeah, same here. It's listenable. It's not raw to the point that you can't stand it, like some black metal albums.
So what about the message of the record? I think it's diverse. We've got some songs about relationship issues, personal struggles, July.
It's about Jacoby smoking broccoli seeing himself clearly in the living room. It's very relatable. I also see myself clearly in the living room.
Props to Reefer. Props to Bible
Bible
prophecies.
Evidence. Jacobi Shadi.
Was Jerry's surname Hortex or something like that juice?
No.
Le 5, le tracks, le deep.
Le soundtrack deep, c'est une EP de Papa Roach.
Structure of the tracks is basic, standard intro, verse, because, bridge, chorus, outro. And when it comes to the music, it's nu metal, right?
It's very new metalish, but also it has a lot more rapcore influences than you would hear on Infest.
Okay, so let's move on to the individual tracks. The first one, Revenge in Japanese. Let's start with the drumming. What do you think about the drummer's skills on this record?
I think the drummer is doing a good job following the bass guitar. It just gives it a little bit extra punch.
Yeah, I like his groove, the style, the precision of his playing. We've got some tempo changes here, which is nice. The kick drum, that's amazing, I love it. And yeah, let's move on to the bass. It's audible. What do you think about it?
Audible, a bit too much for my liking, but nothing that will bother me when I keep listening to this EP.
The bassist mostly follows the guitars, but we have some moments where he deviates from that stuff, like in old school nu metal, right?
Yes, he does, but mostly on the bridge parts of the songs.
That's true, cause that's where the guitarist is doing some eerie melodies, you know, stuff like that. So next, the guitar work.
It's simple, it does the job really well.
I mean, you're right, but I have noticed that he uses lots of those very weird chords that also old school Deftones used, you know, to bump up the atmosphere. That's something he stopped doing on the 2002 album, which is kinda sad to me, because that was like a thing that I've truly enjoyed about this band. We had some cool vocals, rapping, singing, screaming, some cool bass lines, some groovy drumming, and those cool guitar riffs that are not present on the newer records, but it's here and I do enjoy it, even if it's simple. And last but not least, we've got Jacoby, smoking broccoli, doing the vocals.
His vocals here aren't amazing and he's gotten better with the years. Having that said, I think it does suit the style of production really well and the songs.
While the vocals here aren't as good as on Infest and Love Hate Tragedy, they are way better than what he's been doing on Fear and The Connection. Like, I do enjoy this because there aren't many effects on his vocals. When he sounds off, you know that he's off, right?
Yeah.
There's no autotune here. Mostly he sounds nice, especially the singing. I do enjoy it, like in Tambi Enemy and July. I do enjoy it, you can sing along to it and it works. The rapping is on point as usual. The screaming is very emotional. I do dig it.
I agree totally 100%.
Going back to Revenge in Japanese, what do you think about this track? Do you prefer it over the album version or not?
I prefer it over the album version in some ways because it is more dynamically sounding than the one on Infest, but the break part sounds better on Infest than it does over here, because on Infest it has like DJing by DJ AM, I think.
Yes, from Crazy Town.
Yeah, it does add a lot more to the song.
Yeah, I must say that I'm the other way around. I prefer the album version because it has better production. There is more stuff going on when it comes to the guitar work. There's a different sounding bridge with that DJ and also weird nu metal guitar melodies that are not here, by the way, in the bridge. I do love this one. A fun fact for you, Revenge is my favorite Papa Roach song. This one is perfect to me, but it's not as good as the album version, so yeah, 10 out of 10.
For me it's a 7 out of 10.
Next track, My Bad Side.
I'm sounding Chinese in Japanese.
I need to kill myself.
We're getting cancelled.
I think that this song is actually underrated. I love the rapping, the screaming in the bridge. The bridge section is amazing, and the chorus is fun. Can you present it? Can you sing the chorus?
My bad. I.
You see, it's perfect. 10 out of 10.
I'm going to have a different take on this one. I find the bass to be obnoxiously loud here. It's for me the weakest song on the EP, but the fast rapping and the chorus do sound really nice. And that's all. I have nothing much to add. Professional reviewer. 5 out of 10.
Let's talk about our favorite Papa Roach song. Sadly, we're not talking about it in July, but we might do a re-review of this review in July for this special occasion.
In Chinese.
In Chinese, yes.
As I look at the picture of Jacoby smoking broccoli, props to Riva, props to Bible prophecies is clearly evident. Relationship is permanent. Burn the fucking picture so my mind could be the evidence. Evidence.
Evidence. Evidence.
I made my choices.
There's no looking back.
Lifelong commitment to my second half. All the time, it's ready to go.
I've got my
problems. God only knows.
It came.
My parents are going to.
We need to be quiet. The family doesn't like Papa Roach July song.
No. And my girlfriend will want to talk to me for some reason.
She'll be like, what were you doing? And you're like, July.
Sing about the 4th of July. What else?
You sing her the song and she's like, we need to take a break.
So I'm not coming over for the 4th of July.
Maybe next time.
my bad sign, man. That's all.
Going back to July, this is my favorite song from the entire EP and one of my all-time favorite Papa Roach songs. Like, this one song is better than everything they've done for the past 20 years, and I'm not joking. Love the verses here, that intro, the chorus, it's a classic, the bridge, it's perfect from beginning to the end. 11 out of 10.
For me, it's one of my favorite Papa Roach songs as well. It's also a long-going meme with me and Jim. For over 7 years, this has been a meme. The vocals are the rawest here compared to the rest of the album, and the screams at the end are definitely a highlight. I would have loved to see this as a B-side to Infest, but it didn't happen. 8 out of 10.
I actually wonder if they have any songs that weren't released from the Infest sessions.
Probably.
We should ask them, ask them for an interview. And you're like here talking about, yeah, my bad sign, and Jacob is like, I am leaving and I'm going to sue you. That's the end of the interview.
So Me and Enemy, it's another song with an intro with vocals about seeing himself clearly in the living room, which was very relatable to me. Jacoby singing on this track is the best on the whole album, and it's very different from the rawness that we saw on the track July. The drums are very groovy, and I don't know if you noticed it, but there are like drumsticks clicking in the right audio channel.
That's true.
Between the verses, and I think that's a really nice touch. 7 out of 10.
In my eyes, what do you see? Am I let me go? Don't be enemy. Don't you love that chorus?
I do.
So this is my second favorite song here. I just love everything about it, especially the vocals, the melodies, the changes in the bridge, and the chorus is my favorite part. 11 out of 10. And now we're moving on to Thrown Away, Thrown Away, Thrown Away. What do you think about this one?
I think it's heavier than the other songs, especially the opener with the fast guitars and drums. I know you said it before, and maybe you can hear it properly, or my hearing is bad, but the bass is just really nicely here. It should have been like this on the whole record. Jacoby sounds angry, pissed off, delivers his verses with conviction, and the bridge sounds very Infesty, which makes sense because it ends up on Infest. 7 out of 10.
I agree with you. I love this song. I feel like it's a little bit worse than the album version, especially when it comes to the bridge, because it's not done yet. They've added more stuff on the album version there, but it's still fun. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the vocal lines are missing in the bridge. The part with "thrown away," that stuff is gone. Did you notice that?
No, because I haven't listened to the full Infest album in quite a while.
Okay. Nice review. Besides that, I enjoy everything about this one. It's a 10 out of 10 from me. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable. All of the songs here are great, right?
Except from My Bad Side, all the songs are great.
And I do enjoy My Bad Side. The flow is fitting. The record flows really well. I wouldn't change a thing here.
For me, this EP is great. I love the raw Papa Roach. I wouldn't change anything, not even My Bad Side, because of the chorus. It makes me laugh or chuckle at work when I listen to it. It flows nicely, it's nice to have in the background. So definitely a nice record for when you are at work or at the gym.
Replayability? Yeah, it's fun to replay.
Yeah, I agree, but I only really listen to July and Champion Enemy a lot.
Yeah, because Revenge and Thrown Away are in better quality and shape on the Infest album.
And July is our meme.
That's true. So my score for this one, it's a masterpiece. I love this one. I first heard it in 2008, so long after I've heard Infest, but it's still a fun record.
I really like this EP. I first heard it myself in 2014. Never really paid attention to it. Then I started listening to it again in 2016, and I remember just randomly mentioning the opening line of July to you, and ever since I've been listening to it more and more. 7 out of 10. I can see clearly. Where are my glasses? Where are my notes?
Don't smoke broccoli, children, or that's how you will end up like. I can see my eyes. The production on Let Them Know is also raw. I am not sure who did it because I didn't find information about that stuff on Discogs. It might be Dog again.
I feel that it's rawer than the production on 5 Tracks Deep.
But it's cleaner.
Yeah, it has less bass, but it's still rawer in a different way. Like the drums, for example. They sound a lot less polished.
What about the guitars and the bass?
I couldn't really hear the bass, but I could hear Jacoby's voice crack in one song, so that was cool.
So for me the production is okay, it's still raw. I do enjoy the guitar sound and the vocals. The drumming and the bass, I have noticed that the bass is quieter than on 5 Tracks Deep, but that's it. It doesn't bother me. Like I said before, I've heard records that sounded way worse than this. It's fine.
For me, it sounds like a Infest demo EP in a good way.
I mean, we do own Infest demo EP.
No, I own it.
Fucking capitalism versus communism. I own it. No, we own it. Jamie played the Russian film. That's the no. I mean, someone leaked Papa Roach Infest demo, the one that has She Loves Me Not.
Yeah, that's a different one. We have the Warner Brothers demo EP. Like, the demo CD I have is straight from the NRG recording studio plant. And I got it for like €5 because no one was paying attention. And I was at my aunt's house, and I told my brother, like, he had 4G on his phone. And I was like, okay, please just keep your phone on this webpage. I will pay for the phone bill. Just make sure I get this fucking EP.
So we have a different one, better sounding one?
No, worse. Like, you know that
Great.
the vocalist Gone Rogue one I did with Papa Roach Last Resort, with the shitty drum recording and such?
No, but for real, we have the worst quality, like, that's actually true. So you paid a fortune for the internet bill to get a worse
I never got the bill. I don't know, not okay.
This is a scam.
It's water under the bridge. I paid for the EP.
Let's talk about the message. I think it's diverse and it's similar to the previous EP. Again, relationship issues, personal struggles, problems with alcohol, on binge, with fake people, on snakes. What is Tightrope about? basically the new generation of people?
Could be walking on the tightrope. What?
I wanted to ask you about what's the meaning behind legacy.
The president.
Fuck the president.
You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, but it's the EP version, not the infest
nice.
molested version. So we can say everything. There are no robots, no censorship.
Jacoby elaborated on it when they did that live stream concert in the COVID era. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Shout out Tommy Fax. Anyway,
What? No.
and they were like, Target didn't want the song Legacy on the album.
The band or the label?
The store. Like, there was one store complaining about the song Legacy being on the album.
But there are curse words on the other songs as well.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, I know.
You can say F the girlfriend, another person, you can talk about suicides, yeah, let people kill themselves, just do not say F the president. We will not sell your records. Did you know that Papa Roach has George W. Bush on the album cover? That giant cockroach?
I do now. I know it is like a big take for an ant.
Let's talk about Walking Through Barbed Wire, the first song on this EP. What do you think about the drumming on this record? Is it better than on 5 Tracks Deep or not?
No, it's a lot less groovy. It's more mainstream, like the stuff you got on the Papa Roach Infest CD.
I mean, maybe on the first song, but some of the tracks have more groovier parts, like Snakes. Tightrope has slight hardcore punk drumming. Did you notice?
I did. That's why I gave it a good rating, basically.
That's the only reason. Punk, yeah. I feel like the drumming's okay. I didn't notice that it's worse than on 5 Tracks Deep. Dave is playing as usual. Next we've got the bass work. It's not that audible as on the previous EP. It mostly follows the guitars. Do you have anything to add here?
No, not really.
So let's move on to the guitar work. It's exactly the same as on the previous record. We've got those cool chords, very depressive sounding, like you can hear them on Snakes and Binge.
If you have listened to the album Infest and you listen to this one, the guitar work is not really much different. It's simple, but less complex than the one on 5 Tracks Deep, which is not a bad thing. I just enjoy the other one more.
And finally, let's talk about the vocals by Jacoby. I feel that he sounds as good as on the previous EP. I love his singing, yelling, shouting, screaming. It's always fun. As you said, his voice cracks on one of the tracks. I forgot
Legacy.
On which one. Legacy? Yeah?
I noted it in my notes. Like, I could see it clearly.
You know what's funny to me? I prefer this version of Legacy over every other one.
Oh no, definitely, I agree with you. Because we have a choice between an uncensored version with, I don't know, RoboCop doing guest vocals, or we have this uncensored raw version with no RoboCop, and I like this one more.
Going back to Walking Through Barbed Wire, what do you think about this song? I feel like this one is more rock and roll than nu metal. Also, I prefer this version over the 2002 one. This one sounds like it has more emotions to it, but it doesn't have that slight guitar solo the new version had. But I still dig it from beginning to the end, especially the vocal performance. 10 out of 10.
I was never really a fan of this song on the EP or the album. This song sounds like the version on Love, Hate, Tragedy, but with worse production. I do like the major label version more than this one, because there's more energy in that recording. Having that said, I won't listen to this song myself, but if someone puts it on, I won't mind it. So it's a 7 out of 10.
Legacy, one of our favorite songs from this band, and this one is a classic. I love the vocals, the guitar riffs, the drumming, that chorus. You sink, we swim, we rise, you fall, we meet our fates together. Oh, I was here from the start. and I'll be here at the end, in the end. Legacy, legacy. Whoa, whoa. I just love that part so much. 11 out of 10.
This recording is better than the one on Infest. It's uncensored and there is no strange robot voice. It's a raw performance. You can tell because Jacoby's voice cracks at the 1 minute 50 second mark, which made me chuckle, and I had to re-listen to it over and over again to see if I was right. Overall, the song is tight, and it makes sense that Warner Brothers was interested in signing them. 9 out of 10.
Binge. The next song that was featured on Infest as well. I must say that this is a weaker version compared to the album one. It has a different intro, like it's longer, and that's okay, but I prefer the album's opening. The vocals here are okay, but they aren't as good as on that final version. I still dig this song, 8 out of 10.
We finally agree on something.
All I need is a battle.
My favorite chorus on the album, with drums that flow nicely with the bass on the verses. And it also describes addiction accurately. So it's an honest song. It doesn't come off as pretentious. So it's an 8 out of 10.
Snakes, now I am going to surprise you. This is my second favorite song from this band, but the Infest version. I just love the energy of this one, the atmosphere and the guitar riffs, the rapping, the screaming, the shouting. This is an honest, heavy song, but I must say that this Let Them Know version is not as good as the album one. I still dig it. The vocals sound weird here, like in the sewers, as you said before the recording. But I still do enjoy it, 9 out of 10.
The vocals at the start sound like they recorded in the Los Angeles sewer system. Which, if that's is that the vibe you're going for? You go from the farm to the sewer, do your thing. The mix sounds well balanced, although it does lack a little bass. I would have given this song a 5 out of 10 if it wasn't for the raw vocal performance at the end. So now it gets 6 out of 10.
Tightrope, the final song on the record. This one is a different version than the one you can hear on Infest, which was more reggae. I love the hardcore punk vibe this one has, the guitar riffs, the drumming, the vocals. It's fun from beginning to the end. I love the chorus, that's my favorite part, 10 out of 10.
Why was this recorded in such a different way on Infest? If it was recorded like this with Jane Baumgartner, who produced Infest, it could have easily been a radio single instead of Last Resort. It keeps the pace going from start to end, with the guitar slide at 2 minutes 50 giving it a nice touch. 7 out of 10. Can you believe it that for the longest time I only listened to like the first 10 seconds of July? Because the intro would make me laugh. Check the chat.
The best podcast though. This is the thumbnail for this fucking video. I need to do the thumbnail with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 assists of Jacoby. Great. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, right? I mean, for you it's not because you don't enjoy snakes.
Seriously, I don't enjoy snakes, but that's like the only downside of this EP.
Do you like the song on the album, or just in general you can stand it?
And generally, I'm not really a big fan, no. I don't even know if I like this band anymore.
So for you, the record is not consistent, right?
No.
What about the flow? For me, it's fitting, it's alright. I do enjoy listening to this EP, but not as much as the previous one.
Yeah, no, I like this one a bit less as well. I think this is really interesting for the people that are really big fans of the Infest records. Then again, you probably also heard this already. Good EP, but not as good as 5 Tracks Deep.
Replayability? Yeah, sure, mostly because of the Legacy song and Tightrope. Those are my favorite. Then also Walking Through Barbed Wire, because it's slightly different than the album version, like it has different bridge. But I don't go back to Binge and Snakes that much, like I prefer them on the Infest record. So yeah, to me, it's an excellent release. What about you?
For me, I can see myself replaying Legacy and Binge, because these versions are really great, even compared to the Infest ones. Legacy is even better than the Infest one.
For me, Legacy, the Infest version doesn't even exist. Like, I don't have it on my CD, and I have the original copy. I bought the standard edition because it was very cheap, and I didn't want to have Legacy instead of Blood Brothers, because as you know, they are replaced.
Yeah, that's a story. So they didn't want to have Blood Brothers on the clean version or something.
I wonder why they didn't want Blood Brothers on the censored edition. Like, the song isn't about sex or violence.
The Kobe asked the same thing, literally in that same clip, like he didn't understand why.
Do you think it's about the song title?
No, I think it's because they scream kill, kill, kill like 10 times over and over again.
What's funny to me is that before 9/11 happened, so there shouldn't be that much censorship of that stuff.
You know what's ironic? That POD Satellite got released on 9/11 and the big single was called Alive.
I love God Hates Us All, and I love POD Satellite, and I love 5 Tracks Deep, and Let Them Know, and I love Dutch MZFK, even if he's retarded. We are all family here. Like and subscribe.
In this moment, we are all family.
Nope, nope. This video is over, but you haven't told us your score of the EP.
Let me grab my calculator. How many tracks are here again?
5.
7 points. I'm starting to like, how do you say, go over some bad decisions I made in my life.
Finally, my mind is
You can see clearly.
capable to... Yes, I can see clearly, like the broccoli is opening my head to other possibilities.
Nice. Try mushrooms next time. We can listen to Tool.
This review is over. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram pages and on YouTube. Subscribe to Dutch MZFK channel. He uploads the rare nu metal music.
Check out Vocalist Gone Rogue. It's our love baby together, me and Jim's love baby. And we really enjoy what we do over there. Even though it sounds miserable, we do really enjoy it. Because we really love the songs.
Your existence is a bane to humanity or something. That's my favorite comment I've got on this channel. Like,
I should get it like framed.
yeah, me too. If you want, become a member on this channel so I can make you a Doom MIDI cover or maybe an album review. Just not in this moment discography. That's all from us. We will see you next time.
God bless.
God bless. Broccoli.
The president. Shout out to dog.